Hey, so I am excited to share with you today our most effective customer acquisition strategies with Google Ads that are working for us right now at Upgrow at our agency. I'm recording this in September 2023, so these are going to be the most modern tactics and strategies that are working across our 30 plus clients running on Google Ads. So let's get right into it. First, I want to introduce myself. My name is Ryder Meehan. I'm one of the co-founders and co-CEOs here at Upgrow. I've been a digital marketer since 2006. One of my claims to fame is I have over $1 billion in ad campaigns managed through Google Ads. So I doubt there's many other people on the planet that have managed Google Ads at the same depth and level as I have over the last 18 or so years. Upgrow, I'm the former digital marketing lead for Samsung Mobile, Fossil, Tatcha, Razorfish, and then of course I manage many of our campaigns here at Upgrow as well. I teach university level Google Ads courses for schools like Texas Tech, San Francisco State University, UC Santa Cruz, University of Oregon, and many others. I've been featured in Forbes, PR News, SF Business Times, Daily Business News, and other publications as a digital marketing expert. And then I mentioned I'm Upgrow's co-founder and CEO, leading the agency's marketing and sales of over 10 million in revenue the last 5 years, excuse me. And we've earned a spot in the Inc. 5000 now the last 2 years running. So I'm sharing with you 6 strategies that are really setting our campaigns apart from many of the other advertisers on Google. So let's get into this list. We're going to cover reaching the 97%, advanced conversion goals, Google Ads reporting, AI assisted ad writing, Google Ads scripts, and then building better landing pages. Okay, so reaching the 97%. This is a fact. Only 3% of users in most industries are active buyers, and all advertisers are chasing this same small little segment. The very tip of the spear, the top of the pyramid, you can see this visualization. If you broaden your reach to create awareness before the prospect has that need, before they are in that 3%, you can greatly increase your opportunity to scale. And you're going to have a much bigger impact on those people when they get to the active buyer phase because you'll already have reached them and they'll be aware of your brand. So, how do you do that effectively? It starts with your offer. You need to develop a different top of funnel offer than your bottom of funnel offer. Bottom of funnel is going to be your book a meeting, buy now, get in touch, things like that. Your top of funnel offer is going to be, download this educational asset. I call it your best slice of bread offer, and it should solve one piece of their problem. It will create trust and opens new problems that you can solve. So let me give you an example to better explain that. Let's say you are a real estate agent. Your asset might be, how to make improvements to your house so that when you sell it, you get the maximum value. And you have this ebook. And so they, get the ebook, they learn those strategies, and maybe then they've solved the problem of getting the most for their house, but they still have all these other problems that are going to prevent them from selling their house that you could then help them with. So they need to take photos, they need to list it on the MLS, they need to find buyers, all these other things that you can help them with. So you've helped them to solve one piece of the problem. You've created trust and goodwill by doing that. And now you've helped them to identify all these other problems that they still need to solve that they're going to have to work with you to get to. All right. So where do we run placements like this to reach the 97% and promote our best slice of bread offer? Google Display Network is really great. Banner ads across, I think Display Network is now something like 95% of the internet can be reached through it. You've got Performance Max ads. These are really great for e-commerce. Performance Max is sort of the black box algorithm based platform that Google has now where you can upload your audience, upload some keywords, upload all of your ad messages, creatives, etc. And it will sort of use AI to determine who's the best audience to serve your ads to. You've got Discovery Ads, a very new product, fairly new product from Google. So that's going to serve directly on the Google owned placements like Google News. And then you've got the classic search ads. Um, And this is going to be more the research broad keywords when you're reaching the 97%. I mean, I'll give you an example. So the 3% would be something like, SEO agency. That searcher is in the market. They're looking for an SEO agency to hire, where somebody looking for just SEO, much further away from looking to hire the agency, but they're still interested in SEO. They maybe need help with their SEO. They're trying to learn about it, educate themselves on it. So if you can reach them, you're going to have a much lower CPC, cost per click. The CPC of SEO agency is probably going to be in the $15 to $20 click range, where SEO by itself is going to be a couple of dollars at the most. And there's also probably 100x more volume on that keyword. Other ways you can target, you got list lookalike, so you can upload your customer list or your email subscriber list and reach users through Google's different display networks. Audience and interest data, so demographics, interests, in market, things like that, you can serve ads to or pair it with your search program. So if somebody's searching for SEO and they look like your lookalike audience in that Venn diagram style of targeting, then you can reach those users. You've got placements, so you can pick the particular YouTube channels or websites or categories you're going to serve, and then you've got list upload as well. So that is reaching the 97%. Let's go on to advanced conversion goals. I feel like so many advertisers really sleep on conversions. If anything, they'll set up like one conversion, so it's book a meeting or buy now. Somebody completes an order, but there's so many other conversions that you can be tracked, and this is especially important when you are more B2B or you have a really high consideration enterprise level product that you're selling that somebody's going to need to do a lot of research, spend a lot of time. Maybe there's multiple decision makers that are involved. So they're not going to, come in and book the meeting on the first click in most cases. So what we can do is a lot of other things. So let's take a look. All right, so track all conversion goals and then weight them based on the value. For example, a booked meeting is more valuable than a newsletter sign up. Now, we still want to give some credit to the newsletter sign up, but we want to weight our goals so that we give more credit to the booked meeting, but both can still be considered conversions. And then using micro conversions, this is really key to optimize towards more engaged traffic, even if it doesn't convert initially, right? So if somebody spends a long time on the site, if they're visiting really deep pages or more transactional pages, learning about your product or service versus just reading a blog, or maybe they visit multiple pages, they might add something to cart if you're more e-commerce. They're getting all the way to a contact us or sign up page, or they're watching a lot of videos if you have those on your site. This just shows that they're highly engaged. They're probably someone that you want to especially focus on retargeting, or maybe even having your sales team try to figure out who they are and reach out to them so you can re-engage them that way. But you want to make sure that you give some credit to audiences that are highly engaged and separate them from all the other traffic to the site that maybe is more fickle or is less engaged. You want to set goals at the campaign level. So you might have a campaign that is your top of funnel campaign. Then you have a different funnel that's more bottom of funnel, it's trying to get meetings. And you want to have different goals for those different campaigns that are trying to do different things. And then offer your offline conversion tracking. This is really important, again, more on the B2B side, or where you have high value customers where they're going to have a lot of steps. Maybe they book a meeting and then in Salesforce or HubSpot or whatever sales CRM you're using, you have a lot of data in there saying, hey, this lead, it was junk. It was like a student. They were totally unqualified. If you're not feeding that type of insight back to Google, then they're just going to keep optimizing. Their algorithm is going to keep delivering that same junk lead because they don't know that it was junk, right? But if you use offline conversion tracking and import that data back into Google, then it's going to get much smarter and it will give you more of the type of leads and focus more of your budget on the campaigns that are actually getting high quality leads that are turning into sales, um, and less of the ones that are unqualified. Next, let's look at Google Ads reporting. Google has the most robust reporting and highly customized reporting options of all the ad platforms that are on the market. I mean, much more advanced than, say, Facebook, or certainly more advanced than Reddit or X, etc. So I want to highlight just four of the different reports that we find particularly useful for our clients and our own ad program. So the first one is path analysis. It gives you insight into how many days and touch point it takes for a conversion to happen. And this is, when you're in Google Ads, these are the couple of clicks you need to click on to get to this report: settings, metrics, attribution. And you can see a screenshot of it there on the top and the right. And it just helps you to understand, how many interactions does it take typically for a customer to become a buyer. If it takes 7 interactions, you need to have a long funnel. You need to have a lot of different ads. You need to, hit them in a lot of different ways. Or maybe if everyone buys on the first interaction, you have a very different approach. Assisted conversions report. So this shows all interactions excluding the last interaction. This helps you really identify like what is maybe not contributing to that last click that's going to book the meeting or make the order, but it's getting in front of the right audience. It's educating them. It's bringing them back later. It helps you understand how campaigns work together. Helps you to test messages throughout your funnel, and then optimize retargeting efforts and offers. Next, we've got a Performance Max landing page report. Performance Max, kind of the drawback of it is it's very black box. You sort of put in all the criteria and the AI does its thing. And in a lot of ways, you don't really know like what worked. It's hard to know what to do more of or less of, but you can see which landing pages that Performance Max is promoting. And you can use that report to say, hey, I don't really want to promote this particular page. Or, hey, I see this page is doing really well. It's driving 95% of all the conversions. Let me build a dedicated campaign out for that particular page and topic. So the Performance Max landing page that you can build, it's a custom report that you will have to build. But yeah, super valuable. And then you've got the Auction Insights report. This shows competitive metrics. You can see specifically what other websites are advertising and how competitive they are for the keywords that you're also chasing. And then I find this is particularly useful for going and looking what is their ad message. Like if they're 25% off and we're 20% off, it's clear like why are we losing to them? Because they have a better offer, they have a better deal, and you might want to change your ad or your positioning if that's the case. AI assisted ad writing. Okay, this is the age of Bard and ChatGPT. And the one I like for this particular task is called Copy AI. It's a paid tool, it's not crazy expensive. But what I like about Copy is that it's connected to the internet, where a tool like ChatGPT is not. And so you can see, two of the prompts that I've used here as an example. I kind of put in like, hey, this is the page I'm writing ads for. I need you to write the ads that fit the character limits. These are the keywords that I'm going to be targeting. This is the audience that I want to reach. Now give me a bunch of ad ideas to inspire me. And then I got a bunch of ads that I can test and work with and play with and choose the ones that I want to prioritize, right? And you might feel like, hey, boost or accelerate or master or supercharge. These are all kind of saying the same things in slightly different ways. But trust me, the performance of just one word different is very significant in some of the tests that we've run. So it's definitely worth running different tests, trying different things, and putting a lot of different creative out there to see what sticks. Now, Google Ad Scripts, have historically been kind of intimidating to a lot of advertisers because you do need to know a little bit of code if you want to create them. But the nice thing is now, like I said, we're in the age of Bard and ChatGPT. It can generate code for you. You can see a prompt here where I've said, hey, write an ad script to increase bids when the weather is hot. And it gives me a weather API, open weather map. We did this one for a air conditioning company, right? And so when the weather's hot, more people are shopping for air conditioners, and this worked like a charm. It worked really incredible. So when the weather was hotter, we increased our budgets, we increased the bids, and the ROI was really efficient, and we scaled really effectively that way. Okay, some other ideas for Google Ad scripts that are a bit more universal. Pause ads when you have broken landing pages. It's just a complete waste to pay for every click that is going to a 404 page. Maybe the Google Ad platform will alert you when it finds a 404, but oftentimes that's not, it's immediate. So you set up this little script, it's going to pause the ad as soon as the page is a 404, and it will even be, you can even set it up so it emails you and says like, hey, you got a 404 page, you want to go fix this. Mining search query reports. This is a great one. It'll basically tell you, hey, tell me what keywords that convert and pause those that don't. Maybe you could set it to increase the bid or put them in a dedicated campaign or add them to the campaign when they're converting. And then you can either automate it to pause the ones that are getting a certain amount of traffic or spend with no conversions, or at least send you an email report so you can look into it. And then boost bid to top of page for keywords that are performing. So you can just sort of automate all these things that you would typically do manually, but we know when it's manual, it may not be as consistent as you want. Set up the script, it's automatically happening every day. And then building better landing pages. I think a lot of Google advertisers really get stuck in the mindset of, their only domain is within the Google Ads UI. But honestly, 50% of the battle is on the landing page. And you also don't want to pay for a lot of clicks. Like kind of the worst case scenario is you get a click that doesn't convert. I know you're never going to have a 100% conversion rate, but you'd rather somebody just not click the ad and you not be charged for that than get to the landing page and then you are charged and they don't convert. So putting a lot of focus and a lot of thought into the landing page is something that I think more Google advertisers and agencies should really be thinking about. So optimizing a landing page, this is just, I could have a whole webinar about optimizing a landing page, but these are just some really simple wins. And if you do these, I'll promise you your conversion rate is going to quickly increase. Having dedicated landing page, PPC specific gated pages. Some people call these prisoner pages, but basically there's no header navigation. The page exists specifically to support Google Ads or PPC programs. So it's very self-contained and specific for that purpose. It's fully tracked. You're going to have a heat map, something like Hotjar on the page, or at least Google Analytics heat map tracking. Then you've got it's highly relevant, right? So even consider one ad group for one landing page. We typically don't go to that depth where you have one ad group for every landing page, but it is we keep it very specific. We want the landing page to match each keyword and certainly each ad group at a very granular level. And you could make it dynamic to scale. So you might think, oh man, I'm gonna have to create dozens of landing pages. No, you can do a lot of this with dynamic features of landing page builders. We like to use one called Unbounce. You can basically set, when a traffic comes from this keyword, use this headline. When a traffic comes from this traffic source, use this image. So the page can kind of adjust automatically based on the traffic source or the keyword that brought that user there. So it feels more relevant. And this is going to have a huge boost to your quality scores. Like we've had clients that came in, quality scores in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 range. And as soon as we build a dynamic landing page for them, they're up in there like 8, 9, 10 scores. Trust and credibility. badges, logos, testimonials. You want someone within 2 seconds to think, oh, this is a legitimate brand. They have a, you know, 4.6 star rating with NerdWallet. They have these major client logos. They have testimonials that say really good things from prestigious people. Just put that right at the top of the page so you instantly get that trust and credibility. You want to make the page very skimmable. I promise you, nobody reads the whole landing page top to bottom, every single word. So you want to make it skimmable so they can sort of glance at it and look at the particular parts that are interesting to them. Use a lot of space. Use big headings. You can see in the example where we worked with OpenSky to increase our conversion rate by this is 21% in a matter of weeks by just redesigning the page. And you can see how there's so much space. It's very scrollable. It's very easy to find what you're looking for. And then the next one is a clear next step. You might think that's excessive. Hey, how many times do you need to tell them apply now? You want to have it visible at all point of time on the screen. So whenever they get that urge to convert, it's right there. They don't have to scroll around and try to find it. And then make it really simple, like really boil it down to the most essential information. You actually don't want them going into, this is why there's no navigation, right? We don't want them going and reading a bunch of blogs or getting distracted and forgetting why they came to the site in the first place. You want to really laser focus that user and give them the most essential information that's going to quickly get them to convert without a lot of delay or excessive reading. Now, I'll give you a quick case study where we applied many of these six tactics I've shared with you for our client Split software. So if you're not familiar with Split, they're a leading product feature flagging and experimentation solution. They selectively enabling or disabling certain features of a software application without deploying new code. So if you're a software developer and you want to try different codes or different features on the site, you can do that with very quickly, easily, and safely with Split, basically. So they're selling to developers at enterprise software companies. So the challenge was Split had recently raised funds. They needed to rapidly scale and increase lead volume, but they also needed to maintain profitability and get more qualified leads. So they had been running a PPC program for the last few years before they came in with us, but they really struggled to reach their niche dev decision maker audience, who were the buyers. So the goals were sharply increase lead generation, improve lead quality, and maintain or reduce cost per lead. Our approach was we rolled out a LCAGs ad group and campaign structure. You might have heard of SCAGs or single keyword ad groups. We like to expand it a little bit so you have 4 or 5 keywords that are very closely themed in each ad group. We also know with changes to Google's matching definers, they've definitely changed a lot, right? So exact match isn't exactly exact match anymore. Broad match is crazy broad now, and then phrase match is somewhere in between. So the advantage of this is you have well segmented traffic, CI/CD, continuous delivery, and continuous integration. Previously, they had all of these in one ad group. We created 3 ad groups because each of these is a little bit different. So by breaking it out, and you can see highlighted in yellow on the right, we built a continuous delivery version of the landing page with dynamic content. We did one with CI/CD, and we did one with continuous integration. And so whenever a user clicked on that keyword and got to this page, they're like, oh, exactly what I was looking for. And the quality score of Google Ads had the same benefit, right? So you can clearly see the connection. This gave us the opportunity to have more relevant ads and offers. And then it also forced us to have more frequent ad testing. So we use Copy AI. Frequent, you're going to have a lot more ads when you have a lot more ad groups, right? So Copy AI was super helpful for this. Again, we just put in the page. We tell it a little bit about what we're looking for, and then it gives us inspiration and ideas to use as the ad text. And then custom and dynamic landing pages built around the top keyword themes, increase the conversion rate dramatically, as well as the quality score. We use Unbounce for this. And then the clear, concise design and the trust symbols that you can see in the landing page screenshot there on the right. We also did a lot of search query report mining. So scope the traffic with new keywords and negatives. It's really a gold mine for finding additional keywords, and then um, you want to pause those keywords that I call like vampire keywords, where they're getting a lot of traffic and wasting spend, but not resulting in conversions. We use this Google Ad script to automate a lot of that, and it worked like a charm. And then we also turned on, this is, reaching that 97%. So Google Display Network and Performance Max, yes, and retargeting in market audiences. What was the result? First 3 months, okay? 91% decrease in cost per lead, 775% increase in lead volume, and that was with an 18% decrease in spend. So we nearly 8x their leads, and we actually spend nearly 20% less. So needless to say, this is a super successful campaign. And to be honest, this isn't, obviously this is really good. This isn't something that we'll see for every client, but it's certainly not the only client. We have other clients we've seen, 900% increase, 300% increase. We get these big gainers by deploying these same strategies that are really taking advantage of all the tools that Google Ads gives us, and then applying a lot of the sort of soft skill marketing, writing a lot of ads, testing a lot of landing pages, automating a lot of the manual tasks that when people do them manually, they don't tend to do them as consistently. So that's how we get these types of results. So I really appreciate you sticking with me through this presentation. I hope you took a lot of good learnings away from it. Now, if you're looking for more of a hands-off approach, if you're looking for an agency partner, obviously we're an agency. We'd love to apply all these same strategies for your account that have worked so well for all of our other clients. So if you want to scan that QR code, if you want to come to upgrow.io and book your meeting, definitely encourage you to do that. We're having an offer right now where you can get a free one-on-one customer acquisition and creative strategy call. We'll actually review your current Google Ads account if you have one, and we'll also review your creative and give you some insights on what creative we know could work better. And if you sign up with us, we'll give you a bonus landing page. So typically we do one landing page. We're going to give you two. And then we're also going to do an extra ad set. So typically we do two ad sets to start. We're going to give you three. And so this is only for the first 5 customers. We just started this promotion here in September. So don't delay. Go ahead and book the meeting. We'll figure out if it's a good fit for you. And hope to talk to you soon.